the House of Hope, a miracle of unity and faith. In a small town surrounded by mountains and green fields, there lived a Christian community known for its spirit of unity and service. Life in the town was peaceful until an unfortunate event shook all the inhabitants. A local family, the Ramirez, had lost everything in a fire that consumed their home. It was a tragedy no one expected, and the flames not only destroyed the house but also the memories, belongings, and stability of this beloved family. The Ramirez family was known for their unshakable faith and their willingness to help others. Juan, the father, was always ready to fix anything, from a roof to a broken chair. Rosa, the mother, organized an annual community kitchen to feed those in need. Their children, Mateo and Sofia, often helped with church activities, from music to decorating for special services. Therefore, when news of their tragedy spread, the entire town felt it was their duty to respond with love and action. Pastor Jose gathered the congregation the morning after the fire. In his sermon, he shared the words of Galatians 6 verse 2. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Inspired by this message, the church members began to mobilize. The first step was finding a safe place for the Ramirez family to stay. The Garcia family, who owned a vacant cabin on the outskirts of town, offered it without hesitation. It's small, but it's yours as long as you need it, said Don Pedro Garcia, the family patriarch. The cabin was made ready within hours, furnished with donated items and clothes brought by neighbors. As the days passed, the collective effort grew. The women in the town organized a food and basic supplies drive. The youth volunteered to clear the land where the destroyed house had stood. Some of the men, skilled in construction, proposed building a new house for the Ramirez family. It won't be a mansion, but it will be a dignified home, assured Don Roberto, a carpenter who had worked with Juan on several projects. The following weeks became a living testimony of what it means to be a community united in Christ. Each day brought new miracles. A nearby hardware store donated building materials, and another family contributed tools. Even people from neighboring towns, upon hearing about the situation, sent donations and prayers. Meanwhile, the Ramirez family never stopped showing gratitude and faith. God is faithful, Rosa repeated through tears as she watched volunteers work tirelessly. Mateo and Sofia helped however they could, from painting walls to serving food to the workers. Juan, though deeply affected by the loss, found solace in the support of his neighbors and the constant prayers he received. One day, in particular, stood out in everyone's memory. It was a sunny Saturday when the first stone of the new house was laid. Before starting, Pastor Jose led a prayer, asking God to bless the place and fill it with love, peace, and joy. Today, we are not just building a house. We are building hope, he said. The construction progressed rapidly thanks to the collective effort. In less than 3 months, the new house was ready. It was simple but cozy, with enough space for the Ramirez family to start anew. On the inauguration day, the entire town gathered to celebrate. There was music, food, and above all, gratitude to God for making such a great achievement possible through unity. When the Ramirez family entered their new home for the first time, they couldn't hold back their tears. Every corner of the house was a reminder of the love and generosity of their community. This house is not just ours, said Juan. It is a testament to how God works through his people. That night, as everyone gathered for a final moment of prayer and thanksgiving, Pastor Jose reflected on what they had experienced. Sometimes, tragedies make us doubt, but they are also an opportunity for the light of Christ to shine brighter. Today, we have been that light, but the story didn't end there. The testimony of the Ramirez family and the community's response reached the ears of others. A national Christian organization took interest in the story and sent a team to document what had happened. We want to show the world what it means to live out the gospel in action, explained one of the representatives. Over time, the small town became an example of how faith can transform lives. Families began to organize regular meetings to strengthen bonds among neighbors, and a community fund was created to help those facing emergencies in the future. The church also expanded its service activities, including training workshops and a mentorship program for young people. Inspired by their experience, Matteo and Sofia found new purposes in life. Matteo decided to study architecture, dreaming of designing affordable housing for low-income families. Sofia got involved in a music ministry, bringing hope and joy through singing. A year later, the community held a special event to remember the fire and celebrate how God had worked through them all. During the event, Pastor Jose shared a passage from Romans 12 verses 10 to 13. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. These words deeply resonated with everyone present. Each story shared that night reinforced the importance of unity and collective action. One of the neighbors, Dona Marta, recounted how the experience had renewed her faith. At first, I doubted we could achieve something so big, but I saw God working through each of us. This taught me that when we work together, there are no limits to what we can do. Unexpected initiatives also emerged. A group of women in the town began crafting handmade items to sell, with proceeds going to a fund for other families in need. The youth organized reforestation campaigns to beautify the town and care for the environment. Every small action became a constant reminder of the power of solidarity. The Ramirez family also used their experience to inspire others. Juan began giving talks on resilience and faith in nearby churches, while Rosa wrote a cookbook that combined life stories with traditional recipes. Food has always been a way to bring people together, Rosa explained, and I hope this book helps share the love we've received. The Ramirez family's new home became a gathering place for the community. Bible studies, shared meals, and children's activities were held there. It was a space where everyone felt welcome, a true testament to how God can turn pain into joy. Over the years, the small town flourished in many ways. What began as a response to a tragedy transformed into a movement of hope and action. Faith, rooted in love and unity, proved to be a powerful force capable of overcoming any adversity. And so, the story of the Ramirez family and their community became a living legacy, reminding everyone that, although life's storms may be intense, there is always light when people come together in the name of Christ.